Hello and welcome to another episode of Coach Rivals Season 2. We've got a really exciting one here, Hotline Ping versus Deathcap for Cutie. But before we get into the pick ban phase, I just wanted to introduce myself. I am Ronnie B, bringing you some League of Legends action today, joined by my co-caster. Some of you may know him as Rise, some of you may know him as Aegis. How you doing today, bud? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my first day casting. This should be very interesting. Let's hope English does not fail me.
Yeah, right. No kidding. We've all been there, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, no worries, man. I'm excited. We're gonna go ahead and test the waters. I'm sure you're gonna be fine. Don't worry. And you got plenty of game knowledge, and that's one of the most important things when it comes to casting. Just kind of keeping things straight. I think you'll be just fine. So, um, let's get your opinions on kind of some of the pick ban phase here. We're looking at just like some of the draft from the match. I should mention this is a VOD, so we don't know the outcome. We haven't watched the entire VOD or anything like that, but we do know the outcome of the pick ban phase. So you can see on your screen here, we've got all 10 picks locked in, all 10 bans locked in. But this is the order they went in. Aegis, why don't you give us a quick rundown of what you think about this pick ban phase for each team?
Well, I mean, okay, as someone who played support for a while, the Pyke banning Morgana, or just the Morgana ban in general, I agree with that very much because as Pyke, you want to get those hard peel supports out of the way so that you can, make the other 80 carries life hell. Unfortunately, Lulu got through, so that's a bit rough for Pyke to deal with. But I do have to say, as a complete draft, Hotline's team comp is really, really disgusting. The Hecarim and Nasus and Udyr all to get on top of someone. Kai'Sa does a lot of damage. Pyke is Pyke with his executes and his CC. Deathcap's team looks pretty standard. They've got Tank, a Bruiser, Kog'Maw as a hyper carry. They have Teemo, which, Teemo, and Lulu, who can enable Kog'Maw as a hyper carry. It looks pretty standard from both teams. I don't really have much to say about the bans because I don't know the players personally, so I don't know what they struggle with and stuff. But I can relate to the Zoe ban and the Morgana ban. I agree with those very much.
Yeah, well, not to spoil your party here, but there were a couple of mistakes, one from each team actually in this pick ban phase. I should have mentioned that at the top. So we use a separate tool to kind of do our picks and bans for Coach Rivals, and we do that because mistakes can happen, right? And not all coaches have every character unlocked. And we do this just to kind of make it a little bit easier on the guys to kind of lock in their champs. Well, turns out we had like a little bit of a client issue with this one. So the Hecarim pick from Hotline Ping isn't actually Hecarim. That's that's a Victor. So that's
Victor.
big difference. Yeah. And
there's a large difference there.
Yep. And then on the other side, Deathcap for Cutie also had a little mistake. The Teemo pick wasn't actually a Teemo. That was an Anivia.
Okay, all right. I was actually just realizing that Hotline was missing, AP just in general.
Right.
And that is a pretty big blow, especially when there are two semi-tanky people on their team. And the Anivia pick, that does change things. Anivia is a much stronger team fighter than Teemo. And while her CC is not as hard, or both of them are not as hard, but the stun is quite good into the Nasus and the Udyr and the Pyke. Stuns are good into everyone, but
yeah,
that does change things quite a bit. Yeah, so
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, now the Anivia stun. To your point, champions like Udyr and your Nasus, they're the type they're a little bit slower, right? They're gonna kind of just run in a straight line at you, and
they do have a hard time dealing with that.
Yeah, exactly. Anivia is really good at stunning champions who run in a straight line. So Plus, the
Yeah.
wall helps a little bit. There's no,
Yeah.
Pike could jump over the wall, Kaisa could jump over the wall,
But
but Victor, Nasus, Udyr, there's no way for them to get over. So that's
and
a
you
good one.
definitely don't want your backline jumping over a wall into a team fight without your front line.
Yeah, right. Split up the team. Definitely could be a cause for concern. Um,
For sure.
yeah, no, I really like your take. I really like the Kog'Maw Lulu combo. That's one
Oh
that,
my god, it's
yeah, the pros even run that type
and
of stuff.
part of me wonders there was this Kog'Maw build going around where he runs like it's like Wit's End and Blade of the Ruined King and then gets a mythic.
Right.
And I'm wondering if Kog'Maw's running that on hit style build that I've seen him run before, which can be a large issue, especially for the tanks, which Udyr and Nasus are on the tankier side, and that leaves them vulnerable to being just kited to death by this Lulu Kog'Maw monstrosity combo, which could be a really big problem if they can't just one shot Kog'Maw in the beginning of a team fight.
Yeah, really good point. Yeah, Kog'Maw, he's like one of the original hyper carry type champions. You really want to get him in a good spot, power him up with
Yeah,
the Lulu, keep him safe with the Mordekaiser. You know,
I'm like, it's
yeah,
going to be really rough for Hotline if that Pike Kaisa does not get any sort of lead on Kog'Maw and Lulu, because
yeah,
they're going to be a terror if they're allowed to scale at any quickened pace.
yeah. Good point. Yeah. So I think we got a pretty good handle on this pick ban phase, and let's just real quick before we jump into the game get a prediction from you. Who do you think is going to have the biggest impact if you had to pick one player or one champion from each team? Who do you think is going to have the biggest impact on the game?
One for each team, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so um, going along with my point, I think if Pike gets a lead, he is going to be particularly annoying for Kog'Maw, and Kog'Maw being the enemy team hyper carry draws a lot of focus. And if he's taken out in the beginning of a team fight by, say, a Pike ult, that is going to be a massive problem for Deathcap. Now, for Deathcap, I actually think that Mordekaiser and his ultimate could be a really good kind of fail safe for that team. Because if one person on the enemy team gets fed, Mordekaiser can completely take them out of a fight. And Kog'Maw and Lulu together with that tank front line in Warwick and some pretty heavy peel from Anivia could win a team fight into hotline ping with 4 people, depending on who Mord takes out of a team fight, which late game, taking Nasus out of a team fight and stealing the stats that he gets from stacking could be fairly strong on him.
Yeah, that's a good call. That I think we saw once already this week a Pike take over a game, and it was for this team, right? So Hotline Ping not afraid of busting out the Pike, and Mordekaiser's also taken over a couple games this season already in Coach Rivals. So really exciting to see. I like your call on the two potential MVPs, most impactful players, I should say, MIPs maybe for this game. But either way, let's just go ahead and do a quick. I'm going to show you guys a quick video, just talking a little bit about the Coach Rivals teams, and our head honcho Coop kind of put this whole thing together, and we just want to flex a little bit, show off some of his graphic skills. So give you guys a quick rundown on this, and then we'll jump into the game. All right. Let's see. Just like 40 seconds. Awesome. All right. So welcome back. We are about to get into this action here. Let me just hit the play button so we can get this started. Yeah, all right, we're in. So 6 seconds in, right? Nothing's really going to happen this early on. We're going to have to wait a little longer, but let's take a look at some of the skins, you know? Yeah, let's check
Mordekaiser. Oh my god, I love that skin so much.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's the new one, right?
Yes. Project Mordekaiser is a fantastic skin. Obviously, as we all know, Riot's art team is the only reason we all keep coming back to this game.
Yeah.
Because they are recently, especially, blowing things out of the water. Now,
yeah, they keep selling us a dream. Uh-oh, we could get some level 1 invade action
bold
here.
Invade.
Yeah, Nivea knows. Oh, she lands the stun.
Nivea lands the stun, gets Nasus's flash early. That is pretty big.
Yeah.
Nasus being not the strongest early laner, not having that flash, especially into a Mordekaiser who can just pull him right to him.
Yeah, and they're not done yet.
Could be a massive problem. They're still there.
Yeah, they're still poking around, see if they can find something. And they got, if you notice, they got a really deep ward just on the other side of that red buff, or blue buff, I'm sorry. So they're going to get some advanced knowledge as well.
They will know exactly when Udyr comes off of his red into his blue buff and possibly off of his wolves. They'll know which camps he's done as well by tracking his CS. So they'll know if he just skipped Raptors or went, because I'm personally not familiar with Udyr's clear path or specifically what this Udyr wants to do.
Right.
But that's that deep ward.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not to be outdone though. Looks like you know, we've got Hotline Ping responding in kind and putting a ward on Deathcap's blue buff, and yeah, so both teams kind of making that the blue buff a point of emphasis on either side of the map. Really good to see.
Ooh.
Nice little trade back and forth.
Level 1.
Yeah.
Kog'Maw taking a lot of damage.
My goodness, down to.
I see. One thing I see this Lulu doing is not staying near that Kog'Maw in those trades. He will win the trade if Lulu just has presence near him. And also, Lulu and Kog'Maw don't necessarily do a lot of damage by themselves, but that Pyke and Kai'Sa both do a considerable sum of damage by themselves. So what Kog'Maw and Lulu should be trying to do is focusing one target in their trades. It'll make their damage a lot more effective.
Ooh, really nice flash there by the Pyke. He's going for this play. First blood comes through. He's going to go down in return. And the passive from the Kog'Maw does not really net anything, but they do get a 1-for-1 traded.
1-for-1, but the problem is that that kill went on to Lulu instead of Kog'Maw. So now Kai'Sa has 4. Not only did Kai'Sa get first blood, but she got the kill in the lane, and that's pretty big, especially because they're running a kill lane with that Pyke. They want to lock down Kog'Maw and kill him, and the more damage Kai'Sa does, the better, because faster she can delete him.
That was your point right before we even started the match. If they can shut down the Kog'Maw, they're going to be in really good shape. Nasus just, with the pro move, just walks away.
Time here.
Still getting those stacks. He's going to be okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but yeah, sure enough, early action here. Lots of summoner spells blown in the bot lane. We had a...
this Pyke's just going to dash out of that.
It's going to be okay.
Lulu way far past the minion wave.
Doing just fine. She knows the limits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, the junglers meet each other. Udyr with a level advantage here.
Who will roam first? Victor has lane prio, so Anivia kind of forced to stay at her turret there to collect the farm, especially... Anivia wants to wait and scale into the late game. Victor has a little bit more presence there, especially because of all the mana problems Anivia does have. Yep. So Warwick kind of forced out of his jungle right there, which is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, even having to blow the flash, that feels really bad. You know, he's already a level down, and he got pushed out of his jungle. Uh-oh. And now Udyr really making his presence felt.
Well.
The egg comes through. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to fully kill the Anivia, but getting that passive off of her
and the flash
for like 200 seconds, and he's dead.
He, after doing all
Still
that
not
work, he
immune to
overstayed.
the old bush cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure enough, the bot lane duo just waiting there for him, and now they're going to collect the skull
Yeah.
crab too. As
That was some really good communication. Maybe even
yeah,
playing for Dragon here, as
sure,
it looks like Victor is backing.
right on
And
spawn. Yeah,
Anivia might be able to. Oh, looks like Warwick is not interested.
he's maybe he knows it's that brush is warded. He wants to farm up a
Victor,
little more. Still level 3, so maybe feeling not strong enough to go for that dragon just
yeah,
yet.
true. I would say that Warwick has a lot less early trouble with Dragon than Udyr does, but it seems like Udyr is already backed, has his Bambi Cinder. He won't have any issue soloing that first Dragon. So
yeah, the nice thing about
with that
Udyr,
hot crowd,
yeah, in the early game is he doesn't have to wait till level 6 to get that big power spike like other champions do, right? Because
oh no, yeah,
he doesn't get like an ultimate like other champs, so he can kind of go for that dragon early if he wants to. But Warwick with his lifesteal, he can kind of do the same thing. So it's going to be interesting to see who goes for this first. Looks like it's
It
Udyr,
looks
though.
like Udyr is taking the play. He's got Cryo in bot lane and mid lane. There's not really much Warwick can do other than just take his camps and hope he can maybe get the next dragon or the herald.
Yeah, he's just going to have to give it up. And sure enough, that's a secured dragon from Hotline Ping at 6 minutes.
Both ults going out for mid laners.
Victor with the all-in.
Is gonna die here.
Wow, to the solo kill.
It does seem a bit unfortunate that Anivia would go for a trade right as Udyr finishes up the dragon.
Yeah, with the egg down too, and the flash, that was definitely something they were looking at. Hotline Ping really doing a good job of making sure to put pressure on the right lanes.
Trying for a return kill on the Victor.
These guys could be in trouble. Looks like Victor with the fancy footwork, just trying to get out of there. Nope.
Nah, not quite. Udyr, however, is just going to sprint as he does and get out. Not really committing too hard to trying to save that Victor wasn't going to happen. Right?
Nice pull by
very dead here.
Pike.
He's very
My goodness, yeah.
Even with the heal, that was not going to save him. That chain CC and Lulu not having her ult yet, nah, the heal will save Pike.
Yeah, sure enough.
Unfortunately for Lulu. No return kill this time, and this Kaisa has 2 kills now. She is a real threat.
The minion damage coming up big too. Oh, Pike with another excellent hook.
Wow, that
Warwick has to tank the tower, yeah.
That was a really good Pike combo. As much as I dislike Pike as a champion, I do have to say that was pretty good.
Yeah, this is the same Pike we saw already this week. Ched has already flexed this in another match in Coach Rivals, and he played it to perfection in that one, coming up with, I believe, a triple kill towards the end of the game. A couple of other really big moments where his ultimates were taking out 2 members, right, all over the place. So this guy definitely knows how to play Pike, and you're seeing it come to fruition already in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Now sitting at 4-4 in the scoreline at 8 minutes.
Udyr is playing for Herald.
Nice.
He's got Victor with him.
He's on a ward though. They see this.
Yeah, they see it. Looks
they're
like
definitely moving over there.
Bruin. I don't see either team actually taking it right now. There's too much presence from either side.
Yeah.
And I don't think either team wants to really take that 3v3. Especially with it might even be worse for Hotline because of that Mordekaiser ult being able to change that fight. Although it does look like Mordekaiser has not backed yet, and Nasus does have a Sheen. So that fight could flip either way depending on actual player performance.
Yeah, and now we see the Udyr still going for it.
Udyr is going back.
He has not given up the chase yet. He is on a ward though, so Deathcap definitely know this is happening. Let's see how they respond.
Yeah, they do have Mordekaiser Prio, but if Mordekaiser leaves, Nasus is bound to follow him.
Yeah, here we go. They've got the pincer move right now with Warwick coming from the bot, Mordekaiser coming from the top. Anivia on the way, Victor. This is going to be a 3 versus 3.
Fight.
Here comes the ult.
Mordekaiser ults Udyr.
Yep, misses the Q.
Can't quite do much about him. Comes out of the ult.
Just walks away. And now Deathcap on the re-engage.
Both supports are topside.
Everybody's here except Kog'Maw. My goodness.
Here.
Mordekaiser gets huge, but goes down, and sure enough,
that Lulu ult cannot save him, and it doesn't look like Warwick will be able to pick up the Herald either.
The steal comes through from the Warwick, but it's going to despawn if they don't get over there. They're going to guard this hotline ping, make sure no one can pick that up.
Yeah.
Wow, gives up his life. That's too bad.
That is really unfortunate for Warwick there, that he was able to grab that Herald and then not able to do anything with it. But Hotline does pick up a kill.
Yep.
On did Kaisa get that kill?
Yeah, sure enough, Kaisa got the shot.
She is 4-0 now.
Yeah, she got the kill on the Mordekaiser early.
This Kaisa is snowballing rather hard, and with that Pike kill lane, if this Kog'Maw doesn't move, he is going to die.
Yeah, he's got to get out of there. He's going to use the minions to his advantage. Flashes out. Oh, the flash followed by Pike. My goodness, he could take him down.
Oh,
no,
wow.
almost. Ooh, wow.
Oh, with the ult snipe. Wow.
I thought for sure Pike was out of there, and Kog'Maw had other plans. Shiny Ninetales, what a play.
Nice.
Yeah, that was awesome. Really cool to see.
Pike, I mean, Kog'Maw needs as much gold as he can get right now.
Yep. And as we approach the 11-minute mark here, let's just take a quick look. We've got some CS leads in different lanes. Top lane right now, about a 20 CS lead in favor of the Mordekaiser. He's feeling really good.
Seems about right for the versus Nasus lane.
Yeah, true. Nasus is kind of a slow push type of guy.
An extreme lack of plates having been taken, with only 4 minutes left on plates. Only one taken in mid lane in favor of Hotline, and one taken in bot lane in favor of Deathcap.
Yeah, not a lot of plates. Good point. Yeah.
Another deep ward by the Mordekaiser up there. That's nice.
Yeah, looking for
by Dragon.
Yeah.
Idio's just gonna run away, but not before taking a bit of damage.
It's so funny how he's just like, I'm just gonna run at you or run in a straight line away, and it works. Red team does pick up the dragon. That's going to be a dragon, second dragon of the game, one for each team. Pike in a little bit of trouble
down here, but I'm telling you, they are focusing the wrong target. Kaisa with that pickaxe lethality and noon quiver.
Yeah,
she is hitting really hard right now.
Yeah, she's definitely doing well. 4-0-1, 400 gold bounty to her name. Yeah, absolutely, she's running away with this one.
She needs to be shut down, and in a perfect scenario, either a Nivea or Kog'Maw would get that shutdown. Kog'Maw, because it would put him... He's already got that CS lead, and it does look like he's doing that Wit's End build, as I can see the Heartbound and the Negatron in his inventory. That extra gold to let him finish that Wit's End will come in very handy with that hybrid damage early game.
Yeah.
Making Kog'Maw not only deal physical damage and true damage, but also magic damage, because items.
Now we see Nasus maybe looking for something on the Mordekaiser. I don't know if he wants that trade, but looks like he's going to take it anyway.
Kog'Maw is very dead here.
Chad with another perfect Pike ult. Yeah, he's really good at those. And then he slinks away.
Maybe
Udyr in the area.
For...
Yeah.
Nah. It's looking like a dive, actually, with Udyr wrapping around the side there.
Sure enough.
They want this Lulu bad.
They want this Lulu.
And will the Pike ult
They're going to get it.
Yeah.
Here comes the flash. Oh, they missed the rest of the follow-up. No one's going to get her. Daddy Kai does get the kill in the end. Looked like a little bit of confusion around the tower for a second there, but they got it figured out.
Seems kind of like, to me, is Pike's ult, I think, ran out of duration before they were able to kind of get the Lulu low enough.
That's a good call, yeah.
And so, a Lulu, I mean, whether intentional or not, 3 people didn't get full kill gold there.
Udyr's not done yet. Kaisa ults in.
Here comes a Kaisa, yeah.
Wow, she's getting huge. And that one didn't even go over to her. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did Udyr smite him to kill him?
No, Udyr used the smite to engage, but he definitely did smite during that fight. Here comes the Mordekaiser ult. 3 men in this area, and sure enough,
too close to the turret to pick out that Nasus. He's far too tanky to take that many turret shots.
Udyr's still looking for blood, though. My goodness, he is all over the place.
He did just see Warwick top off of Nasus, so he's just gonna sit in Warwick's jungle here, and it looks like Warwick is gonna do the same to him.
He's been found, though. Let's see what he can do with this. In the meantime, the first tower does go down in the bot lane as Kai'Sa picks up solo gold on that first tower. That's
Oh
huge.
Lord, that's a lot of gold on
Yeah,
Kai'Sa.
that's a big infusion.
She is rich right now. She'll probably back and get her full mythic.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
At 15 minutes, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, there's the
There it
Kraken
is.
Slayer.
Wow, 15-minute Kraken Slayer.
And the full Berserker's Greaves.
Yep, level 2 boots, everything. My goodness.
Wow, she is absolutely massive right now. And it
Man.
looks like she got her turret first, so she is leaving bot lane and going mid, it looks like.
Yeah.
Victor probably going to be taking that bot lane CS, and Kai'Sa is now in range to roam to almost every fight, just like this one.
We could have a big fight here over this blue buff. Yeah, sure enough. Anivia with a nice wall.
Kai'Sa going around the backside. She's going to cause havoc.
Mordekaiser goes down.
Slayer.
Oh my goodness. Now Lulu trapped behind enemy lines. Warwick's also stuck.
Another one.
Anivia's just flashing away to try to get to safety. The Resurrect comes through on the egg, but that's going to leave her alone for long.
Not going to save her.
Ched with another pickup. Wow.
Ugh.
3 for 0.
Kai'Sa is now 6-0-4. Udyr 2-1-4. We gotta say, Hotline is what is that? 5.5k gold ahead. That is
massive.
A whole item, and maybe even a second item there, depending on what items you're buying with that.
Yeah, that
huge. Is a massive lead, and if you look at where the kills are concentrated, they did everything right. Kai'Sa has 6 of those 12 kills. That is a lot of gold on their AD carry, which is hopefully going to allow her to do her job.
Yeah.
And basically, carry the game just like an AD carry should.
Heck, even one of those assists that she has is a Pyke ultimate kill, and you get full gold credit for that too. So really, she's got like 7 to her name. Trying to get out of dodge here as Warwick is not going to give up the chase. The ultimate comes through. Perfectly timed there to stop the blast cone. Kai'Sa's still alive somehow.
God, that ult. Wow.
Yeah, ticking down on the
That was
ignite.
A very, very smart ult on the Kai'Sa's part, ulting the other side of the wall into the brush, but was not enough to save her from Lulu's ignite. That is a lot of gold in Lulu's pocket.
Yeah, I feel like Kai'Sa had like 100 dashes there, and it still wasn't quite enough. That was insane.
Well, the Warwick CC in combination with Lulu, and it's not quite enough to get away from 2 of them.
Yeah, the lockdown potential is too big. Now it looks
now,
like,
as I said earlier, I would have liked.
I
would have liked that gold on Kog'Maw for Deathcap to have a much larger shot, but getting it on Lulu, you help your enchanter. You do technically help your entire team.
Ooh,
you're kind of sprinting at Nivea.
Still picks it up, even with the CC.
Opting for the kill and the turret mid rather than the dragon. I'd say decent call. There were 4 people bot lane for that dragon. Udyr decided that the turret mid was a good call there, and I honestly do think I agree with him, although it does put Deathcap at they're getting close to that 3rd dragon, which does put pressure for Soul Point. NASA's taking a fight into Mordekaiser. Oh, there's a lot of people there.
Mord not knowing he had friends. Ooh, he survives the ult and then goes down to the ult from
the Victor ult.
The Victor, yeah, sure enough. Really nicely played there. These guys layering their ultimates.
No one dies, and they also should get the turret, especially with Udyr also up here. So it looks like another turret down for Hotline. They're looking pretty good this game. Yeah,
Hotline's doing a really good job of managing map pressure on different areas. They haven't lost a single tower to this point. Up 2-1 in...
Not only have they not lost a turret, but from my eyes on the map, it looks like all the turrets have relatively high health as well.
Yeah.
None of them even below 50%.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, these guys are really kind of putting on a clinic here in this first 15-20 minutes of this match. Let's see what Deathcap can do to come back into this.
Forcing Deathcap into a corner here.
Yeah, already 7k gold down.
Some mythic items coming out on the side of Deathcap. Hopefully that is enough to pull them back into the game. Now,
as Kai'Sa picks up the collector. Ooh.
Oh, man, that is a pretty strong Kaisa build right now.
Yeah.
I will say that as for late game insurance, we have the Kog'Maw and Nivea on Deathcap's side, as well as the Mordekaiser. And I have to say that Udyr does fall off pretty hard, and because Kaisa is building lethality, armor will break off a lot of her damage. Nice double ward in that bush there.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, to your point, a lot of pro teams. Oh, here we're actually about to get into a fight. I'll stop talking for a second here. Shutdown comes through. Now the Udyr going all in. No one knows who to focus. Warwick gets out, but then dies.
About to die. He dies to a Victor Flash. Looks like Kaisa is going to 1v1 ward in his ultimate. That is not what you want to see. Looks like Anivia is going to die as well. And
the egg once again.
This should be a Baron call. Kaisa has the damage. They have the team members. It looks like the Baron calls are coming out.
Yeah, 3 for 1 in that fight. So definitely numbers advantage for the side of Hotline being. Here they go.
I don't know about that. Like, Deathcap was posturing for a Baron that they couldn't take. They postured around it like they were gonna fight, and I mean, they can't win a 5v5 right now when they're they're 7k gold down. That is...
Yeah, wow. Chad coming up huge again. My goodness, double kill.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a triple kill. Here he goes.
Kill.
He's popping off, man. He's trying to get this quadra.
It's kind of like the quadra here. Yeah, quadra kill for Pyke. Wow.
Pyke with a huge quadra kill. All the shared gold going across the Baron buff on 5 members. These guys are pushing this in to the inhibitors.
Top turret's going to fall. Mid turret's going to fall.
Kaisa backs off.
I would like to see Victor going bot here instead of staying mid, as that wave is pushed in his favor, but it won't stay there long. I mean, Pyke and Udyr have that inhibitor. They do not need Victor there. Unless Kog'Maw does decide to fight. I suppose he doesn't.
Picked it up as the enemy team responds.
Turn as well.
Yeah, sure enough.
I will say that they do have to be really careful and try to end the game fast now, because Hotline have broken an inhib, and I always say this, when you break an inhib, you start those super minion push. That means, yes, minions will always be in the enemy base, or close to it, but you have to remember that each one of those super minions is 90 gold. Right. And if you're CSing well, that Kog'Maw could get a lot of gold off of those super minions. I would love to see him sitting mid and collecting on that right now.
That's a great point.
It seems like Anivia has gone there, which is pretty okay as well. It looks like they're posturing for this dragon.
Ooh.
Warwick misses.
Victor gets caught out.
Unfortunate.
Yep, he may end up going down. Sure enough, he does. As 3 members very quickly fall from Deathcap. That's going to be 4 now, and there comes the ace as Kog'Maw goes down. That's 5 for 0.
Right,
yep.
Taking team fights right now is not the play for Deathcap right now. As it
looks like this could be the end here.
They're going to lose inner turrets, if not lose the game right now because of that.
Yeah, super minions just sitting there waiting. I think this is going to be the final push with the Baroned up minions. Yeah, these guys are not stopping.
Does not matter.
Single digits on the respawn timers. This could be something. There could be a re-engage here. Let's see. All members are now up for Team Deathcap.
Do we think this is an over? Nope.
Warwick goes down. Now it's a 5 for 4 again.
Oh,
Kaisa pulled in.
Turret.
Yep. A couple of turret shots.
Here.
She almost goes down, but survives. Udyr does get taken out.
They get the 2 inhibs. Looks like
now the Nexus is exposed.
This will still be the end.
This could be
Kaisa just sitting there and ending the game.
24-minute game. Wow, that was intense.
Almost 20 kills up on the side of Hotline. Does look, and that gold gap is impressive.
Yeah.
0 turrets taken for Deathcap as well.
Yep, good point. Yeah, I was just going to say before we finish up and hit continue here, I just wanted to take a quick glance Yeah, Kaisa at 10, 1, and 10.
10, 1, and 10.
Only died
Pike,
once. Yeah, Pike with a
7 kills.
huge. Yeah, yeah. Both of them with a 500 gold bounty.
I would like to point out that Serpent's Fang in his inventory. That is a very underrated item, especially into Lulu. The Shield Breaker passive
Wow.
is
Yeah,
very good,
good call out.
especially into that Mordekaiser as well. He also has shields. Good itemization. You'll
Yeah,
love to see it.
yeah. These guys definitely paying attention here, making sure to make their champions, as powerful as possible, given the circumstances. And yeah, to your point, uh, taking advantage of some of these items and really kind of putting a stamp on this game, an exclamation point, if you will. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, really, really clean game from Hotline Ping overall. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching this one. I know we had a really big action-packed week. We had 5 games, actually scheduled to be 6. We even had one that had to be moved to another day, but 5 games this week after some reschedules from the previous week, and really just action wall to wall. Right, there was never a dull moment. So if you did miss any of the other matches, I encourage you to go back and check out the other ones that we have up on our Twitch page. We've also got some on YouTube. You can catch most of our content at coachrivals.gg, including previous broadcasts and our new podcast, Rift Happens, which is brought to you by myself and our constant host, Justin Tolbert. So come on by, check us out. If it's your first time watching one of our broadcasts, well, welcome. And if it's not, well, you know what we're about, and we like to throw down on some Rift action as often as possible. So we'll be bringing you guys some more matches. I believe Thursday is our first set. I don't know if the reschedule comes up sooner than that, but you'll know as long as you make sure and hit the follow button on here. You'll be notified as soon as we do go live. So make sure to do that if you haven't already. And thank you guys for watching another episode of Coach Rivals, Season 2.